networks are not even getting clicks like that. So this shows like there's an opportunity for this, what we're doing here on this show. You feel better?
Yeah, I feel a lot better, man. Still got some swelling, but I'm a little soreness as well. But I'm feeling better.
Yeah, well, it's good to
How's
hear you.
everybody?
It's chilling, man. Same old, same old. uh,
We got we got a new
What's
guest
good?
tonight.
we pretty much done lost everybody. We down to me, you, and Deuce. Um,
What you
Mina
say,
had to.
Deuce?
What's up? What's up?
You the man, bro.
What's going on, bro? Good to hear you. Good to hear you.
Yeah, man.
Mina said she had to go. Let me post her comment, and we can talk about that right quick. She said it's really interesting that the disinformation. Oh, let me put it on the screen. My bad. She said it's really interesting that the disinformation board is centered around foreign critique of the homeland and not internal. The disinformation governance board allows the homeland to be susceptible to U.S. propaganda.
Hmm.
Yeah. So did you catch some of Jimmy Dore, Pat? What you think about that? Like it's all like it's basically this chick is crying about. I want to play a little bit more of it. This chick is crying about the internet attacking her, and that's why she freaking stepped down. Come on, and I don't think that's why she stepped down. She embarrassed. She's embarrassing. So and then they said they put it on pause. I think I've read an article where they was talking about like it's because they don't have nobody to head the agency, so maybe they're just looking for somebody. But they sent everybody home though.
Well, no, I think it's more so the ridiculousness of this board, and they're like, because I mean, really, they know, like, they, internally, each one of these people know how much bullshit they bring. That trying to actually prove that a board or some system that they could put in place, how much bullshit it would be. And like, they're trying to get around it themselves because, like, they don't believe in
Because it's all bullshit. It's like I saw a South Park episode. It was so fucking funny, and the dude was like, wait, you believe this shit?" It was like, no. This is all bullshit. This is all like for fun and shit. Like, please don't take none of this serious. I was like, oh my god, that shit had me laughing so hard.
it. Hmm.
Cause that's what it is. The people that's playing the show, the people that dress up, that I be talking about all the time on the show, these pretenders that we have, they dress up and just a show. But the ones on the inside know it's a show. Like, please know this is a show, bro. Don't get lost in the show. We take this shit off when we get in the house.
Yeah.
That's a
Well,
costume, bro.
and you could tell the ones who really are, like, they're determined to tell the lies, and like, the ones who have a lot to benefit from the bullshit, because they will, no matter what is going on, they are going to defend it. And they're like, they don't care how stupid they sound. It's just because they know somebody will believe it. Somebody's gonna follow right along with it. Like, yeah, shoot, we need that because first of all, I if cat soup and ketchup was spelled any different, I wouldn't know the difference.
Oh shit.
I,
It's catsup. It's catsup.
it's just, bro, it's it's insane, bro. Like, I don't know, some people, to me, just you know really will support whatever they're saying just because. In my opinion, it's getting to a point to where I just feel like people are just bitches. People are scary.
That's what we were saying earlier. And
Yeah.
then the terrorism is what drives the fear too, though. You know, we talked about the shooting. And, uh, I know you wasn't here. What you have any comments on the shooting? Because like my mom was on the show and she was like, you know, I don't feel like going nowhere. And then I read a comment where this lady was like, she was walking around the grocery store and she suddenly got hit with the idea of like, what would I do if somebody came in here right now? And it's like that is that feeling that you get that you can't really control. It's not like you're really afraid necessarily, but that damn terrorism has planted this seed into your subconscious.
Well, and I'm like this. Any old person who has children who has not said, "Mom, I'm coming to get whenever you need groceries, you make your list, you let me know, I'm going to get your groceries." Like, bro,
Yeah.
like I mean, that's I mean, we got to protect
I
our
thought about
people.
that shit too.
We
Well,
got to protect our.
community.
I,
So what about
I, I didn't.
where do we go grocery shopping? And like we was talking about the mom and pop store and like giving you credit and having a relationship with these people. Everybody buys groceries regularly. That's why we should be buying them from some kind of like individuals, like you know what I mean? People that own their businesses and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Have a
Yeah.
relationship with the you know with the person because the corporations got it so where you're detached. You see how everything is getting more and more detached? Like there's no
Well,
tellers when you go to the bank.
well, and I know. I mean, for some people, it's simple and easy. Let me just call Amazon and put in my order, and it shows up at my door. And for me, I'm not that type. I like to fuck off in the store and walk around and, oh damn, what's this? Like I'm that type of person. I probably always will be.
Me
And if
too.
my mom wants to be that type of person, like my brothers, y'all better fucking get off your fucking ass and go in there with her, and you make sure she come home each and every fucking time.
And that's community, and that's what I mean. And building communities together is where, like, cause see that dude that was all crying, talking about help us, that hurt my heart to hear him say that. Because no, we shouldn't. You don't ask nobody for help in this kind of situation. You build communities to protect your community. Period. You don't let nobody come in and pop you at the grocery store. You set
But
up
my thing
situations
is,
where that's not gonna happen for your community. You can't protect everybody, but within your neighborhood, you can make a bubble. And if everybody do that, you got bubbles everywhere. They're gonna have a hard time. They're gonna have a hard ass time.
Well, cause I'm like this, bro. Shit. If you got to, there's somebody who's in the neighborhood who wouldn't served in fucking Kuwait or
Exactly.
Iraq or
And wouldn't mind
whatever,
popping the
that
shit out of a nigga
that that can go stand out in front of
for
the
free.
Walmart or whatever. Look, he probably would
Just
do it
buy me
for
some
free.
lunch. Just buy me
Look,
lunch. I
when
got
you
y'all.
yeah, when you see me, look, when you leave to go, everybody in and out, black folks in and out of that
They
Walmart,
probably
that
could just
they
bring them
protect.
gifts,
Five,
baskets, and
look, five,
whatever.
$10, five,
Yeah.
$10, just like, hey, baby, thank you for being here. And bro, that would say, bro, shit, every day that'll be fucking $200 probably for that one person.
Yeah, and he ain't like I say, it's gonna make him. The dude just drove up right at the front of the grocery store. So, but if he saw some mean looking dude, maybe a couple of mean looking dudes with, but see, you know what I don't like though, because this becomes like a if it looks like that, it becomes like a freaking totalitarian type state. Like I don't know, like everybody's got to be walking around with rifles and shit. Like we'll be in Mexico or
Well, I tell you
Guatemala.
what, I tell you what, by the end of the fucking day, we'll show. Cause I say, bro, look. One thing that I've had to question this because I keep hearing about the you know, like, because this is supposedly one of the reasons why white people are so mad at black people is because their numbers are getting short. And okay, all right, if their numbers are getting short, if I'm, you know, all this, you know, your numbers so short, how am I still 13% of the population? Maybe my maybe my population is a lot higher than I think it is. Maybe the people that, you know, think that they're the smallest percentages of the population.
Melon, melanated people are the majority in the world.
Period.
So that's
Well,
why depigmented individuals had to they they had to integrate with people of not their kind. They have the most like deficiencies and um come on, King, you know what I'm talking about.
Well, yeah,
Like
that's
the,
you at the beginning of what you said is what I was gonna say was it was all bullshit from the beginning, right? That's
no,
this
no,
is the
I'm talking about.
revelation is
Well,
happening
I'm
for
talking about
them.
right here I'm talking about right here in America. So I
Yeah,
mean,
wait,
I know the worldwide population is, you know, is what it's always been. But as far as America, I think that we still been being told a lie on our demographics because, you know, just like regardless, you know, you mean tell me they kill just enough of us every year just to keep it at 13%?
and in order for them to thrive, in order for them to survive, they have to come into um they have to mate with us. To be honest, I hate to be so vague on that type of situation, but yeah, if you
we
guys don't mate with us, you're not gonna survive. You're gonna eventually be extinct.
But
yeah
look,
we, we
if we keep being like some little bitches and not stepping up for our family, our community, the people that surround us, that's definitely going to be the case. So I mean, we have to have a different mindset than to be like, oh man, like they just going they trying to
That's
kill us, huh?
that's exactly
Well,
what I was saying last night, bro. Like, you know, I feel like as black people, we're always so forgiving, and we sit back in there and expect this justice system to prevail and to give us some type of, you know, protection, and it's not set up for that. It's not even designed in that way. If it was, there would have been a protection law against hate crimes against African Americans or blacks in this country,
yeah,
and
but
then,
well,
you know, it would have been there, bro.
like I
Like,
was
that shit
saying,
doesn't exist.
well,
They
what I
don't
was
give a
saying,
fuck.
all of this is for division anyways. That's what you have to remember. Like the point of it is the division. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
It's the
I get that.
put us at each other. They've been it's one after another. Like I said, you had COVID, you had the pandemic. People were saying no jabs, two jabs, or you know I'm not gonna get it or whatever. You had the no mask or the people with the mask. Then you had the Roe versus Wade. These are all really fucking sensitive ass topics that really polarizes everyone. Just like
well,
this one, the Black Lives
well,
Matter and you know what I'm saying?
well. Look,
Me
no.
and my
See, I'm gonna
person.
tell you that the one of the things that really kind of bother me is when fake ass what's his name Sharpton had some shit to say this morning or whenever that shit was. He's talking about some, you know, we got to all get together and sit down about, you know, what we're gonna do, you know, because of course, like they're trying to make it like this all lives matter type thing. Which, okay, yeah, I hear you, but I don't because this dude didn't have, you know, Jews and you know Asians and whoever else written on his gun saying that's who he fucking hated and was planning to kill. You
Yeah.
know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
And
That you
And
know, it
that has to
wasn't.
be acknowledged.
then we got, then also you got to think about, you got these black folks that want to sit here make it seem like white people are really the ones under attack, and it's not as just like that light skinned as broad from PragerU that's gonna sit up there and
Under
talk about.
attack by
Uh,
who?
Yeah.
but this is what I'm saying. This is the narrative that she was driving in her video. The light skinned chick that has the braids in her hair from PragerU. Okay, she done a video. It's like we're talking about white privilege and white supremacy in this country. Do white people have a law that allows them to go to a college that they aren't even performing or shouldn't or haven't even made the score or the grades or whatever she was saying to go to this college? Is there like it was just you have to watch the video, bro. I'm probably butchering it because like I watched it
Well,
and I was so angry. I just heard
well,
her.
well. I mean, but no. Based on just what I'm hearing, it's just like somebody who's trying to give an argument for argument's sake,
Yeah, but
because
it's this
you know.
stupid motherfucker from PragerU, the chick that Chalkin and showed on here before
Yeah.
from
I know who you're
PragerU.
talking about. I don't know what video that is, but I know who you're talking about.
That shit is
Freaking
floating around TikTok, and it's so funny that it started coming out. It came out pretty much, if not that day or the day after, this mass shooting happened on black people on this black community in Buffalo, New York. And I'm like, bitch, like
But
what?
but see
Really?
but see that's the thing too, is that a lot of
pulling
these
heartstrings.
a
It's
lot of these
sensationalism.
look, a lot of these freaking liberals, because this is where it usually happens in liberal cities and states. Because for one, they the ones that already they especially like New York, where like guns are like super illegal for people to have. You know what I'm saying? Like for you to be able to protect yourself, like that's one of the biggest problems about it all, is that you know, it's that kind of dynamic. And then there's this, this bullshit. They always say some fucking lone wolf. There's never ever been a lone wolf ever. Like they've always had some affiliation with some groups, somebody that they've, gotten, their counseling or their, motivation from, and they go out and they do these things, even like after they decide that, okay, well, oh, I could be a martyr, or I can be, like all this bullcrap. So the lone wolf thing just fucking is really thrown out the window always for me, because
I
they
think the
don't
mental
just
illness should be
wake up.
thrown out too, bro.
Is
I
no, because I mean, yeah, because I mean, you could, well, see, and that's the thing, because they could try to make a mental illness case out of anything. But because it's like the mom is talking about some, oh, because of COVID and being, like, are you fucking kidding me? Like my
uh,
kid was at home for because of COVID too. Ain't nobody got shot up nowhere around Texas. Ain't nobody, get, what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. Like,
So
it's
what
all
about
in.
that part? The parents. I feel like the parents. I think that there needs to be a deterrent for stuff like this. So the parents, if they start, arresting the
Yep,
parents when they do this stuff.
all of them go to jail. The whole, everybody that's close to them, anybody in the household, the little brothers, the big brothers, the whoever, everybody in the house with them that didn't speak up and say, hey, something, this nigga tripping.
Yeah, like he really might kill somebody. Like, can somebody freaking get a handle of this situation? And then, like I
Yeah,
say, that'll be motivation because the parents gonna be like, "You better not go out there and kill nobody and get me in jail, get me in trouble. I'm
no,
gonna
but
kick your ass."
they use these kids because for one, they bitches, and they want to, hey, well, we'll take care of you, we'll send you money, while you locked up, and but we sure gonna be so proud of you. Is um, but yeah, I'm going to work, and yeah, take the gold one, take that gun that's over on the shelf, and get you plenty of ammunition now. You kill a bunch of them while you're out there, son. Good
That's
luck.
mind control.
Huh?
No, I'm saying that's mind control.
No, it's not mind control. It's not. I mean, everybody's under mind control if you want to say that, but it's manipulation by their own family, their own, their own community. It's more manipulation, I guess you could say, but it's no. Those say, bro, they've been raised to be what they are.
Let me play this clip right here because this is interesting. We talked about this, and I don't know, it's distracting. It's a little bit off topic, but it just caught me, and I don't want to scroll past it. So
I won't entertain theoreticals.
It's not a theoretical.
we talked about this. I think
Biology.
You're a medical doctor.
I am a medical doctor, and that has never happened.
Never happened in your
healthcare.
practice, ma'am, but it happens. If a child is halfway delivered out of the birth canal, is it permissible to have an abortion? Would you support the right for an abortion then?
I can't even fathom that ever.
I'm not asking you if you can fathom it. If it occurred, would you support that abortion or not? That's unrestricted abortion,
It's
right?
a question that I can't imagine. Just like you probably can't imagine what you would do if your daughter was raped. If it hasn't happened, it may be difficult for you.
You're not going to answer this question, but how about this? Do you support the right of a woman who is just seconds away from birth?
Why did she say that?
Do you support the right of a woman who is just seconds away from birthing a healthy child to have an abortion?
I think that the question that you're asking does not realistically reflect abortion care.
In that scenario,
United
would you
States.
support her right to abort that child?
I won't entertain theory.
That's crazy. Anyways,
I
we
don't
can
trust, I don't trust people like her.
yeah, y'all could carry on. I just had to play that. It caught my eye.
Yeah, why won't you just say, no? I mean, I'm in the middle of giving life. Like, why? No, I'm just not. No, I'm not gonna do it. So what's so strong with just saying that? But they gotta protect anybody else that's willing to kill that child.
I think
So
this is
is that not murder? If you have an abortion, is that not murder?
well, in that scenario that he was describing, it would definitely be. That's the reason why she didn't answer the question, because it was also ridiculous scenario. Because okay, so the mom is all of a sudden wants to get. You wouldn't even. How would you even do that? So no.
Basically, what she was saying is I can't confirm or deny, and so it gets political, and you have to either the definitive difference between right and wrong, or you don't completely. You're saying I'm insane, and I don't know. If I was put in a situation, would I have an abortion? Maybe, maybe not. But you're not answering the question.
But I'm gonna just tell you like this here: if this woman is within minutes of having a baby, and she decides all of a sudden she wants to abort this child, me as a medical doctor,
Murder.
I probably would get fired because I'd be like, nah, you finna have this fucking baby.
There ain't
like-
there ain't even no procedures in place for nothing like that. No, there's no way that would work, because the only
that's
way you could.
basically taking the baby out and giving the baby some form of a lethal injection.
That's what I was about to
Pretty
say.
much
The
what
only
he's
way
fucking asking.
you would have to literally birth the child and then kill it, literally.
Yeah, and I'm not about to do that. When you know how many women out here that would love to take a newborn baby like that because they can't have a child of their own, they would take that child and treat that child with love, care, everything that child needs, bro. Like, so no, it's like, nah, hell nah.
Yeah, it was just a ridiculous question on his face, though. So it was. Let me play this.
Evidence of human-to-human transmission of the virus. Remember this? They cited. So we want to open this evening with a story you may not have heard, but that you should definitely know about. It begins early last year when Joe Biden, as one of his very first acts as president, brought the United States back into the World Health Organization. We saw this, we thought, why would Biden be so anxious to do something like that? At the time, we assumed it was just part of his larger de-orangification effort. Trump had pulled the U.S. out of the World Health Organization, so Biden had to do the opposite. Childish, but that seemed like a fair explanation. Still, it did seem a little weird because there aren't many international bodies that are more thoroughly discredited than the World Health Organization, particularly after COVID. It's a laughingstock. There's one thing it's not good at, it's public health. Since the very first cases of the coronavirus were reported in Wuhan, the WHO slavishly ran interference for the Chinese government and did it in the most cartoonish and obvious way. First, WHO claimed there was no evidence of human-to-human transmission of the virus. Remember this? They cited, we want to open this evening with a story you may not have heard, but that you...
That clip didn't really say anything. I'm sorry for wasting your time. I'm bad.
Flag on the play.
That's what I get. I didn't know what he was gonna say, and that's a sensitive ass area, anyways. But it wasn't a good clip. It didn't give the. It didn't. What was the point? Like, what was the point that Tucker was making? I don't know. So that clip is not good.
Yeah, he probably would have got to it at some. He would have landed the plane at some point, but
yeah,
yeah, man.
But
I think one of the things that I mean, because for me, nationwide, because a lot of people feel like this whole Buffalo thing is gonna begin some trends nationwide, and I think a lot of it is fear tactics, like to try, because I mean it's this time of the year where they try to do all these things to extract as much energy from Black people as they can.
It's called the season of sacrifice.
Yeah, well, they're trying to use that, to put us on us as much fear. They can use it somehow. They, sorcery, whatever, whatever people say they try to do, like, like when they sucking blood from babies and doing all these different rituals, blah blah blah, whatever. They're trying to steal a bunch of people's energy, but at the same time, I'm like this: we can regain our own energy and go out there and stop acting all scary and worried about somebody killing us. Because first of all,
these brothers out here, what's really going on is that it's like a dream. It's like a false reality. They're killing each other. Nobody's representing anybody. There's separation. There's nobody owns any land. Single parents.
We own all
There's
the
a
land.
lot of in a lineage standpoint, but it's all about money. Everybody wants something tangible.
Well, see,
I
but
hate
see,
the fact
look,
that
see-
we don't have any
But-
true leaders.
but-
That's like the argument I was posing last night. The guy, the civil rights attorney, the same guy who represented Trayvon Martin, like if you saw his speech that he spoke, he was so fucking reluctant to even utter the word white supremacist. Like he stuttered every time. Like he stuttered saying it, and it's like, bro, for us to truly take action, and for people to truly believe, we need true fucking leaders that get out there and that's gonna speak, that's gonna say what they mean what they say, bro, and gonna call a spade a spade. All of that whitewashing shit and
But
we have to do that as a community.
Rain dance
Look,
around this shit.
The truth is the
know,
problem. We have to do it as a community. We don't trust each
But
other.
then
We
you
don't
got
trust
two
nobody.
other-
That's that individualism, looking out for
then you
myself.
got people, but then
Well-
you got people that pose the idea like, Mama, when I said about us standing up and banding together, what's the first thing that came out of Mama's mouth? And get shot. I ain't worried about getting shot, because when you take that stand to fight and to stand for something, there is a chance that your life may be lost.
Yeah,
but I'd
at
rather lose
least
my
you
life
die
in
for
that
something.
manner.
Yeah.
I'd rather lose my life in that manner than to lose my life in a fucking traffic stop.
Yeah.
Well, I would have a lot of hesitation on saying, because I still have a lot of hesitation on saying white supremacy, because there's nothing supreme about them. Like now, white inferiority or inferiorist, or however you say that. I can say that all day, because they're so inferior to where they have to come up with these freaking cosplay, like all, like like they have to always sneak up on people. Like they're never out. Like, hey, 5 o'clock on Friday, me and my people gonna be at such and such and such park. You and your crew, y'all show up and let's see who the shit. They never are
Yeah,
gonna.
that's just like what was that? A couple
They
of
will
years ago,
never.
the Black Panther Party went to the hill up there where the KKK headquarters is, and they talked all that shit. And now one of them motherfuckers showed they face. They
And
wouldn't
look,
even peekabooing out from behind the trees. Like,
they send their little peons, their little because this is the just really just nothing burgers. People who like they send their little youngsters out there, and they done scoped out where the weakest people they can find. Like they're killing a bunch of old black people who just like. They ain't about no trouble. They ain't look for no trouble. And if they ever caused any problems, it was decades ago. You know what I'm saying? Like that's where, like this is where it's so much BS because, like you didn't pull up and on the at the store where they got the young dudes who's popping off. He ain't come up in there talking shit to some 20-year-old dudes. You know what I'm saying? They are not about that kind of trouble. Like they looking for the easiest little thing that they can get in and say they killed somebody. Like like this is a bunch of bitches.
yeah.
I mean, when
Check-
you really
Check this right quick. This might be a result of that.
Lisa. The conspiracy theorist in me is going to say that there is going to be some sort of event involving a firearm in California where it's either a rifle or someone from the age of 18 to 20. And then Governor Newsom's going to be like, oh, this is why we can't pass this and we're going to put the ban back on. That's what I'm worried about. So on May 11th, the ban on semi-automatic rifles to be purchased for 18 to 20-year-olds was deemed unconstitutional. And the next day, I was explaining that I had a few worries. Check this out and tell me I didn't tell you so.
That's interesting.
Hey, what's going on, bros?
Hey, what's up?
Chilling. I just hopped on real quick because both of y'all was on to say, hey, Chaka, hey, Deuce, love y'all. I see y'all. Keep up the good work.
Well, thank
Love
you for
too,
joining.
man. Like,
Love you too.
All right, I'll see y'all later.
All right.
All right,
all
peace.
right.
You can predict this same thing next year. So we're talking about this. There's not much you can do, but during this season of sacrifice, it's gonna happen again.
well, I mean,
man.
and
It's gonna happen again around the next time next year.
No, it's
This-
always
this shit
it's
don't-
always a true. Yeah, no, he's saying something very true. Like we can probably look back to last year to see what happened during this time of the year last year, because they do this stuff almost like clockwork because this
But
is a ritual.
I agree with y'all to a certain extent, but the part that I disagree is that this kind of things to be happening year round. You know what I'm saying? And the media gets to pick and choose. Like, things are horrible, right? Like, I guess the number of people that died or whatever like that, you know what I'm saying? The number, because they always like mass shootings. It's a weird thing. I looked up that term some time ago, and it's like 2 people or more or some shit. And it's like clicks. It's all about clicks, right? Like I say, horror freaking porn. So, they choose.
Until occultism becomes the occulted, nothing will change. My neighborhood that I grew up in, I was like literally across the street, but it was a difference between this street and the next one. These brothers are going to continue to do, and the women are involved too. They're going to continue to destroy. They're not building anything. They're talking about, oh, I'm not this block, this and that. But do you own the block? Do you own the house? Does your grandma own the house? Does your family. So yeah,
What are we
shout
doing?
out and all this. Yeah, it's like yeah, somebody graduated and somebody that's what I would say. Graduated. Other than that, that's it. Nobody is like, there's no land, no house, no nothing. As far as I know, everything is controlled by not only the government, but then you got like Section A and
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't relate.
nobody owns nothing.
I don't necessarily. Well, I mean, I understand those those things exist or whatever, and I don't know if that stuff even really matters when it comes to conversations like this, because I mean, regardless, I mean, it's more so of a community thing. I mean, I could talk about my my family, like shoot you from one block to another, and we could say within 5 square miles, the same family owns all of that family owns all of that, but I mean,
But
however, I don't, I like I said, I think that's somewhat kind of irrelevant at this point. What's
It's
ours?
not being scared. It's about lineage and
No, it's
the
about
talk show.
it's
Go ahead.
about
I'm sorry.
it's about community and us working
It's
together,
about
like
community.
y'all
That's
King
said
what I'm.
Sharker,
earlier.
Yeah,
King Sharker
yeah.
tried to explain this to you like weeks ago, and you were still like, "Well, my dad did this, and I did this, and I,
Who?
whatever. My family did that." But at the end of the day, like, we don't control it. We have to police ourselves.
Yeah.
There's no control anywhere
Well,
other than
that's probably the
somebody else
conversation I
controlling us.
was having. That's probably the argument I was giving. Not to say that Shaka wouldn't speak like that, but I mean, I probably wouldn't be arguing with him about something like that, because that is totally my argument.
Yeah, so we need to build a community, and if someone's going to the grocery store, maybe she's scared, but she really wants to go, then we build a community and we make sure that works. And like we was
It's
talking
very
about the
something
security
small.
guard,
It's taking a 6x8 um, flower pot or something, grow something, you build and give it to somebody else. You have a little bit more than I do, or they have a little bit more than I do. Let's exchange. And it doesn't happen in our community. I was never taught that. I had to psychologically and physically do it and then say, okay, this is actually possible. In order
we have
for
to.
there to be change, we could talk about it all day, but you have to have action. Action.
Right.
That's my
We
whole
can talk
point.
about it all day, but it's action.
That's what I'm saying right now. Stop being bitches, and let's step out there and make sure that our community is
Is
protected.
protected, and we work together and build a community that takes care of that on a daily, everyday basis. Create institutions, create systems, create a community. And but see what I was saying though, what's in the way of this is the trust. So, but that's what happens though. The corporations, everything is dividing us. The whole point is to not trust these. The corporations tell you, don't worry about it. Just order off of Amazon. We got you. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
but see,
So
but that to me, that's also a problem, because like, look, I know way too many white people who is like, wait a minute, this is bullshit. Like
right.
they pissed off right now about that type shit, because just like with that, what I'm saying, they got friends. Shit, I got white people in my family that be like, would never allow
And
some shit like that to happen.
and
And
that's the point, because it's all skin folk ain't kinfolk. So, but they dividing us. They're making us look at it in this way, is a way that benefits the corporations. It's basically so building a
well,
community
no, but
together.
no, they're weak. And see, but that's the thing. They're so weak. United States is so flimsy right now. Like really, I question if it really exists, other than what we see on TV and all of the stuff that they tell us. I really question, does it really exist?
It's a great experiment. And if you fall into the deception of the Matrix, you're gonna be delivered to hell in a handbasket. Literally.
So
These kids are dying.
That's a lot
These
of
kids are dying out here, and I can feel their pain.
How much I believe in this damn thing.
Well, let's talk about this. Let's talk about the spiritual side of this. Because earlier we was talking about terrorism and how it causes fear. And the lady was in the store and she was thinking about what she would do if somebody came in there with a gun. Like, what is this doing to us on a vibrational level? And, you know, all of us.
Well, I feel like it. You know, of course, it always kind of shortcuts us a little bit. You know, I mean, I think that, you know, we gotta, you know, try to at least keep a good balance. But you know, we can't, you know, stop those who are in fear from being in fear. But for those of us who know what it is, we just got to be ready to go at this shit. Hand, you know, hand, tooth, nail, however they said, and pistol. You know what I'm saying? Shit, you know, I ain't really, you know, a rifle type person, but I tell you what, I definitely got my pistol. Your ass, you come out with some BS, I'ma pop your ass.
I like what King Sharker said earlier. He said, Buddy had that, and then he said, Pat got pat. Like there's no correlation. It doesn't add up, and so everybody should like really be packing. If they're talking about felons and this and that, okay, straight. But would you rather be caught without it or caught with it? You know, and we cannot be. I refuse to live my life in fear. I will not. I don't care where I go, but I'm not gonna harm anybody to get to where I'm trying to go. I have in the past, and I'm sure we all have. It could be simple as, you know, something in your family or your life mission. There's no way when it comes down to a life or death situation where it's just like, nah, I'm gonna kill this brother over pennies or over a piece of food. People are scared to die. That's what the problem is right now. People are scared to die.
Y'all say the guy had the that, and Pat got the pepper. Hey, bro, I'm gonna tell you now. When you in a situation like that, having a gun on you, you know,
and that's why so many brothers get caught with the pistol.
But look, that dude, the security guard popped old buddy a few times.
Yeah, but
it didn't work.
He had on armor. He hit him center mass. He had on armor. You know what I'm saying? You know, like he was just trying to basically disable the dude. You know what I'm saying? In a sense, you know.
But see that also tells me right there, this is not a lone wolf. Like an 18-year-old dude, unless he just from a rich ass, like I mean, and then I guess especially being from a rich family, some would say he's not a lone wolf. But I mean, for the equipment that he has, it's
don't
not
cost
cheap
that much.
shit.
It don't cost that much for that stuff. I don't think so.
What you call for that? What you consider not that much?
Because America's for sale. All you gotta do is know the right person, and you got whatever you need.
Yeah,
I bet you the gun he had, you wouldn't buy.
It took me a while. It took me a while to process not only a pistol, but like rifles and anything else. Like I waited till I got 18. I was responsible. Boom, I got 21. Okay, bam. Okay, I can purchase a firearm and I can carry one legally. I didn't even know that until I turned 21. Most of these boys don't even know. They just like, hey, it is what it is. Bam. I can get one for $100, $150. Bam. Scratch off. Cool. Throw away. Whatever. But you can get one legally. But, you know, what are you doing, like, progressively to evolve? Not evolve, because we go through evolution, but to raise your society. What are you doing? Are you creating jobs? Do you want to create a business? or are you trying to create a
Man,
business for
fuck all of
yourself?
that, bro. Say, bro,
But we
say,
get
bro.
we getting besides the
Bro,
topic,
y'all,
bro.
y'all
The
not.
way y'all going.
Yeah, let me
Yeah,
take
we
it
getting
back.
besides the
Let
we
me
getting
bring it
besides
back.
the topic. That
Let me
we
bring
were
it back
talking
to
about
with
this
Doc.
guy in the store runs in. If you're in the grocery store and you're not armed, you don't have your pistol concealed. It's the how would you fucking feel? Giving you that gun, I don't give a fuck if it's a pat, because I can tell you what, if you are a good shot and your aim is down point, even in hostile situations like that, that motherfucker is good as dead, bro. I don't
Nah,
give a
Man,
fuck
bro.
what
True,
y'all
Nah.
but
bro. I'm
nobody in that
telling you,
grocery store was carrying anything. He was the
But
only one that was carrying.
but this is
but
yeah,
still, it's
I
hard
get
to.
that. But
You
what
got
I'm
a lot of
saying,
bullets. That dude had clips, extra clips and shit,
this
bro.
is what I'm
You
saying.
get
Say,
into a
bro,
gunfight with
if
him,
you,
you running out of bullets.
bro, I've seen situations like this, SWAT situations. I've seen situations where cops have been in a situation like that. All it takes is one bullet, and you hit them in a vital area. You hit neck,
It's hard to
head.
aim when you got brat coming at your
Nah,
ass.
not because if you have the proper training, no, it's not.
It
It's
seems
not. You
like
know what I'm
it
saying?
seems imaginary to me because he walked away with only thing I could think of when he walked away with being unharmed was like Fidel Castro. I'm like, damn. Oh, he told the police, "Oh, I got a gun," and this man ends up dead with his lady in the car and baby. Like
Right.
what? Hey, if anything, I don't give a damn if I have a pistol or not. A motherfucker shooting and going crazy, I'm like, baby, I'm going in. Or if I'm by myself, whatever. Nobody attacked him. He did what the fuck he wanted to do, and he walked out clean
That's crazy.
with
You
not a
talking about that
scratch on
Fidel?
him.
You talking about that Fidel Castro case, and that's one of the ones
Yeah,
that stick out to me. Ugh.
he had a legal. He
Yeah,
was able to carry legally, and
yeah.
he
That one
told the
is
police officer, "I have
that
a
case.
pistol right here on my
That
hip."
one. That's the one. That's the one that flies against all the arguments. Let me read because that's why I always remember the Fidel Castro one because it's I don't want to say perfect because it's fucked up. The dude died, but that situation fights against all the arguments. Let me read the comments. I'm behind on the comments. Doc said, and then we can call all, and then we can make sure the wrong people can't come in. We make sure that if they don't follow our rules, we make sure they're taken care of instead of handled by the law. And we can patrol the borders and streets to make sure our rules are kept, maybe even tax people that cross through to make sure they're safe. Another comment, if you're in a grocery store, you are in a place that sells alcohol and in violation of open and concealed carry laws. I don't know if that's 100% true because of if there's
That is true because they have a sign outside that says typically you can't leave your firearm outside of this facility.
I don't think that's true in Texas though, because like I think it's if it's a bar and people are consuming the alcohol, I think that's the loophole because you don't consume alcohol at the grocery store.
Well, when you get a concealed and carry, when you do the permit, when you go through the
when you
process, they
buy,
tell you where you can and can't carry it. They
when you're
tell you right in
purchasing,
there. It's flat.
when you're purchasing, you're consuming. You're a consumer.
Okay.
When you're making the purchase, that is where you are consuming. It doesn't
Or
necessarily
any
mean that you're drinking it or whatever. Consuming and purchasing is in the same breath. That's the same conversation. So
and if, you know,
it could be very much that but it's just really who's gonna really push that law. And when you got 10 people that just died, nobody's really thinking about the whole, oh, you
It's
just
a
shot up a place that's
loophole.
got alcohol in like this dude. You're gonna watch that this is they're gonna try to sweep this shit under the rug and act like the shit didn't happen or make it real quiet for like nobody's gonna really talk about this whole thing except for the people in Buffalo. And this is like, I promise you, these people gonna try to act like nothing fucking happened.
I think I didn't read the full article. So is it Buffalo, New York, or Buffalo where else? Because I don't know where it is.
I mean, you
Buffalo,
can
New
look it
York.
up. There's probably 30
Buffalo, New York.
buffaloes.
Okay. Yeah, there is. There's probably 50
Yeah,
of them in every state.
yeah. Well, not every state, but I mean, well, yeah.
No,
But
I'm just saying one in every state.
But yeah, but this was New York. That's why I said this is
Yep.
like because if this was Buffalo, Texas, it wouldn't be the same conversation.
Let me read the comments. Doc says training is center body mass. Trick shots have too much of a chance to miss and harm bystanders. Yep. And that's what a lot of people be saying. And that's true. And then it's like the military, I don't know, but you like, let's put some snipers on the roof. Doc says, yes, it's true. I have my permits. And he says, I will point out no one really stops people at the grocery store, but it's against the law permit. Yeah, because I know people are walking around with them hoes in the grocery store. I didn't seen it.
But
that's what.
Oh, I'll keep my. Look, I don't care where I'm at. Look, I got my shit with me. My pistol is with me every fucking where I go, and I'm not no humbuggers. I ain't looking for no trouble. I'm just like I be all over this damn country. I don't know who crazy and who not. You know what I'm saying? I don't know when the bullshit gonna fall out. I'm not gonna be in the middle of the damn place with nothing. That's just how I believe, and that's just how it is. But one thing that I can tell you that is there were signs that this dude, like, cause the dude didn't just show up one day. Like, he came and surveilled the place for a day or two before he went in and before he decided to go and shoot up this place where he found mostly elderly black women. You know what I'm saying? This is mostly black women that got affected in this whole idea, in this ordeal of shopping center in a black community. Like, yeah, like he went to a place where he like really he knew he was just gonna get kills. He wasn't worrying about like, he knew when he was done that he was gonna be done. He got his pat on the back, and he gonna get his his whole his whole crew, his community, 4chan and whoever else, they all gonna be rooting him on. But however, this was when he left the house. He knew that he was, and then they had people that he had talked to. Why, like he around in the community talking to people, and that's how, like, people gotta be smarter than what they've been, bro. Like when somebody come into your community, you sitting around, you talking to them, and they talking about they fucking genius.
So we should have some kind of investigation, like community investigation. Team.
I mean, I don't know if this. I mean, I don't know how to. Like, my thing is with what the dude said, that the conversation that they had, he should have been smart enough to realize something ain't right with this dude.
That's why I say charge the parents and the brothers and sisters, uncles, aunts, everybody who live in the house that knows something.
Well, yeah, that too. But what I'm saying is the black guy that he sat down and talked to at the bus stop should have been like, "Hey, say, bro, you probably shouldn't be around here. You need to get you need to go."
And that's where that community like spirit needs to be, because we don't have that community spirit, and that's what we have to build. Like I say, it's the trust. And so if we trust each other in the community and we look out for each other, so people are looking at it as an individual. So the guy at the bus stop was like, shit, it ain't probably gonna have nothing to do with me.
But then it's the older black dude who usually don't give a shit about nobody but themselves. Shoot, he get his fucking SSI check, and he all right. He sit at the bus stop. He go and do as he please or whatever. And it's like, and the thought might have run across his head, but he don't, give enough of shit about his community to say, hey y'all, I met some dude funny around here, man. Y'all might want to keep y'all heads up, bro. I don't know. The dude, he look kind of, it's a white dude. I don't know why he the only one, one I see around here, clean cut and this, that, and like he just out of place. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just the whole thing. Like can't be sitting around just acting like any and everybody that come into your community is just welcome. And they could just be here, yeah, they might be able to be here, but I tell you what, your ass about to get watched, and shit. If you ain't, and if you're in the wrong place, your ass might not make it out of there tonight.
Well, that goes back to what Doc said earlier. Do y'all agree with this? I think it's kind of extreme though, and like I said, it's be like the totalitarian thing. Where is it?
Man,
Where's the
fuck
comment?
that checks and balance. Nigga, you on the I-10 freeway and you crossing through LA County, goddammit. Look here. Did you pay? Have you
Here it
paid
is.
to be here?
Yeah, this is what he said. Let me read the comment again. He said, and then we can make sure the wrong people can't come in. We can make sure that if they don't follow our rules, we make sure they're taken care of instead of handled by the law. And we can patrol the borders and streets to make sure our rules are kept. Maybe even tax people that cross through to make sure they're safe. This sounds really dystopian to me.
Yeah,
Like, do we really want to live in a world like that?
Do you really want to live in a world where somebody just walks up in your grocery store and can knock your mama's head off? Just because they decided that's what they was going to do today.
They call that Los Angeles.
Yeah, so but going to the other extreme, I think would not be cool either.
Man. Hey, bro. You can't, hey,
before
Martin Luther King died.
I'm gonna talk to y'all tomorrow because I can't handle
different-
this conversation no more.
Like he had a different outlook on it, bro. And that's what I'm saying. Like all this, I mean, I get your stance, but all of that being like, well, we can't, man, fuck that, bro. Sometimes you gotta fight fire with fire, like passive.
Yeah, I'm all about an eye for an eye, and Chakra was like, the more it'll be a blinder community, but the more morality increases, the more freedom that we have. When it decreases, the less freedom that we have.
Exactly.
So everybody is responsible for themselves, and I'm out to look for you, the next door neighbor, friend, family, whatever. But as soon as that line is crossed, then you got to turn up immediately. There's no second guessing.
The man who values security over liberty deserves neither.
But you know what though? But see,
Kinda
that's
like
the thing,
street
bro.
gangs
Like
do.
there's when they hear black folks talking like Chaka's talking, they like, yeah, we still got them niggas. They still about on the peace party thing. Like, man, come on, man, fuck that. Like,
that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying we do need to build a community to protect ourselves, but I'm saying going to the extreme of that.
Yeah, we need checks and balances, motherfucker. Look, you want to be here, we gonna tax you, and you gonna be good the whole time you here.
Yeah, but there go. That's what countries. That's what they do when you go to North Korea or somewhere like that. If they allow you to come.
I walked down the block when I knew shit was really out of hand. Was when I seen a Nazi checkpoint. I walked down the street and I'm like, damn, if I was driving in the car, boom. They were like, well, we just checking everybody. And I was like, this is the same shit Hitler did.
That's my point.
Every car that rolled past, they was getting checked. That's not legal. That's not moral.
That's my point. It's slippery
What gives
slope.
you the right to do that?
Once we start talking like this is what happens. We're gonna end up living in Saudi Arabia. I keep saying it. Stoning women in the street. Or whoever the hell.
I don't know, bro.
Stoning gay people in the street.
What's the answer to it?
Well,
What's the answer to it? Because we're never gonna get rid of
I say peace or blood in the street
answer?
because I wouldn't be here if my people didn't suffer and blah blah blah. But my thing is, was it worth it in the end? Did you get ahead? Did they get ahead? Did we get ahead? You
I
fucking
know
you
there's
die
more
for what
people
you
out here
believe
that
in,
feel the same
otherwise you
way.
fucking keep stepping.
The thing that
Period.
Doc has spoke about, there's white people on the internet that believe the same way. You know, there's white people out here that's grieving over what happened. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? There's good people that and they believe the way that Doc is saying that we need, you know, we need those checks in the different communities. It's already happening. It's just in the form of the police pull you over when you're somebody that pull up in this town. You know what I'm saying? You be followed by them for a couple of blocks, then they finally gonna turn them lights on you, on your ass. You know what I'm saying? So what's the difference if
What's
it's
the
the
difference?
community doing it?
My
Feel me?
point.